can assist me in a song.
Oh, hello. For some reason, this webcam never works like I want it to. You working? Oh my gosh. Unplug, replug, unplug, replug. Let's try this again. USB video. That looks better. Let's try my webcam. That looks better. There we go. Got our to-do list. Got our pull-up goal. There's a homie from yesterday. I owe him some pull-ups. If he shows up in chat, I'll do them. Otherwise, I'll do them towards the end of the stream. Welcome to the Studio. Good to have you out there in the tube land. It's me, a boomer, an aged man. And I am looking at what might be the greatest the greatest program ever written. This is what we've gotten ourselves up to. Do 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 do. Wow. I love that song so much. This is where we're at. We made a very static web page for the last year of Carbon. It shows whose turn it is, what month it's in, the season, all that jazz. And we're at a crossroads. Let's see, we have our 4-player advancement things. Excuse me. We have a design doc here. Yep, running, that's fine. And we got a lot to do. So I need buttons for a bunch of actions. I want to display my news cards. And in order to intimately understand what's happening here, I kinda, sorta, maybe, just possibly. Oh, hey, John Cena, what's up? Looking at Steam on my other page here. Oh yeah, City Pop. There we go. It's nice because it's got some language to it, but my brain doesn't process Japanese. And I feel like when I listen to songs with lyrics in English, I start thinking about the words and then I stop being able to code. But if it's in a foreign language, then it's kind of the same thing as being an instrumental song, for the most part, because it's not interfering with my Cody section of the brain. We got a bunch of things to do here. Establish the turn order at the start of the game. Deal a hand of cards. The cards are going to be a huge, huge undertaking. And I do owe some pull-ups, and we'll get to that. But the cards are going to be a major factor of this game because this board game has over 200 cards. And I'm incredibly intimidated because some of them are pretty easy. We have some event cards. You play it once, you discard it, and an action happens. Some of them are just half off on a resource that you can purchase. And some are more complicated than that. Some are persistent on the board, and I really don't want to dive into it yet. I'm debating how to recreate the UI. I'm going to pop up Unity real quick here and see if I still have the files, actually. Because I did start making this game a couple years ago. Yeah, I think this is the one. And I made a pretty cool UI. It's a super future state thing that I don't know how long it'll take to get to this. But I did make a 3D environment of all the assets of the game. And I'm kind of thinking it'd be cool to do like a PS1 era crunchy... what's the game? Mandalore did a thing on this. It's like an old school Unreal Engine sort of game. Not Darkwood, not Deepest Dungeon, not Forewarned. Wish I remember what it was. But that's sort of like PS1 Silent Hill 2. Because there's a lot of doom and gloom when it comes to this. It just feels pertinent, you know? Dusk. That's what it is. If you've ever seen this game, Dusk. Sick. Super fun. Scenes. Alright, this is a different version of the game. I had a different copy of it. Oh, jeez, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it. We'll see. Wasn't too hard. It's basically a concrete table, the player mats, the different assets. It might be on a different computer of mine. It might be on the one, that laptop actually behind me, so I'll have to go dig for that later. But I guess today we'll pop it up in the to-do list. We will recreate UI in HTML and CSS. Map UI 3x, 4x to each player. Okay. It's a good point. It's a good place to start. Oh, chat. Stay with me. See, buttons for all these actions. It's possible. This song is such a vibe. It's so heartbreakingly. You ever just get real honest with somebody? You just say in your heart, I need you. Please. Please stay with me. We'll play a little TF2. I want to do a little sniping, warm myself up. Warm up my coding fingers. Ugh. But hey, this isn't just my stream. Please. Talk to me. What's going on in your life? Hope things are well. Hope you're enjoying this Sunday as much as I am. CP Brew. That's not what I clicked. Oh, it's a PL. Stay with me. It's just. Oh. Let's go. We're also gonna have to. Oh, yeah, that's full. We're gonna have to deal with cough harvest. All right, brew? No. I think we figured out what we're doing for today. We look at this overhead cam right here. We're essentially gonna try to recreate this. And even pull straight from that image and try to map different HTML things onto it. It doesn't really have to. We don't have to match the layout entirely just yet. We're gonna have a big box with a couple of circles within it. Basically, we're fumbling forward, which is a fun way to do things sometimes because you learn a lot by bumping your knees against the coffee tables in the dark. Well, I have the setup. I want the player mat div to be, let's say, a fifth of the height of the page. Rectangular aspect ratio. Let's just make the factory flex box of 6 circles first. Never a good sign when the first snipe battle you lose. I'm having fun. I feel like I'm just cosplaying as that DJ of the Wastes from Fallout 3. This is 3 Dog. Ow! Pinning us down. One. Trying to point me up. Yeah, no, we're getting rolled. Always thank your medics. They do a thankless job. Oh, look at that crowd of men carting it up. Hope you're having a nice Sunday. Hope it's as nice as mine is. Woke up late. Finished My Little Monster. A fun high school sort of anime. Oh my god, Michael Slushy. This might be a rough one. It happens.
Hey, ammo. Back up.
Tapped him. He was overhealed. Anyone out here in the Australian piss gang? It's a phrase you don't usually hear outside of TF2. Let's see it. It's just outside of my sight box. It's gonna be a lot of that today, apparently. Alright. So I want a div. The width will be 100%. The height will be a fixed length. The view height over 5. Then I'm gonna have a flexbox row of circles, which will eventually be 1 tap, 2 tap. Oof! Did we get a crit? Oh my god. You know, some days you get outclassed. Some snipers are just better. It's okay. Ain't the end of the world. Here, reveal yourself. Is that a... Oh, that wasn't a spot. Happen. Damn you, Joe Soda. Come on, buddy. 20% is the same thing as 1/5. And then width 100. And I want this to be oh, not good today. Oh, I'm glad the vinegar's gone too, Odie. That sounded like a sticky situation. I am not hacking the game. I am... I'm getting hacked. My emotions are getting hacked. I'm getting wrecked. Oh my god. Whoa! The 2-tap ambassador pick. Ugh. Alright, this might not be a sniper match. I'm gonna get tilted. Where'd you go? Oh, you're around here somewhere. I know you're around here somewhere. I actually didn't know that you could do that. Oh! It wasn't sneaky. It probably was sticky pre-vinegar and then stinky post. Uh-oh. Stinky. Stinky poop. Haha. Funny joke. Oh. Oh my god. It's not my day. I'm losing it. It's just moving so straight. Alright. I'm gonna have a conniption. I need something easier than this. Bruh. Bruh. The taunt. Oh, that hurts my feelings. I have to taunt him back now. I don't have a choice here. I see you over there, buddy. Oh my god. Oh. Do wish the Nazi's car now. I don't know what the heck that means. I have zero clue what you mean by that. Aha! Got you back. Worth it. Absolutely worth it. Okay, Aikbot, let's play. Mongolia. I'm lost in the sauce right now, man. I don't know what you're saying. Oh. Oh my god. I thought this would make me happier. This is just making me tilted. I don't get it hurt anymore.
I got it, no!
I know a song you should play in the background if that music sounds a little too peaceful. Well, feel free to launch a recommend there, Odie. Frankfurt. I do like Phoenix. Let's see if a Phoenix map pops up. UVU by the HU. Okay. Sure. Let's try it out. Oh, is this the Mongolian throat singing dude? And don't worry, I give credits. All my ad revenue, since I'm below 1,000 subs, and this is fun. All my ad revenue goes straight to YouTube and whoever makes the music for the streams that I play. I make no dosh on this right now. Oh.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3.
My luck is the worst. Whoa, it's just not my day. What? Oh, TF2 chat never changed. Oh wow, we're rolling.
We have secured the control point.
That's helpful for the team. Oh. What are you trying to do? You might be, Odie. That's how it is sometimes. Mara, you got school. That's what it is. Been there, done that, man. I'm happy I got out of school. I just have this insane irritation when people tell me what I should be learning and why and when. I don't know how to describe it, but it's just not my thing. I much prefer like self-study, figuring out things on my own. That's okay. It's good to have you around, Odie. Whenever we catch each other again, that's what it is. But I'm always happy to have you on the stream. Have a good time here. I was miserable during my middle school years. I was chubby, I was socially awkward, I didn't understand how to talk to people and how to be my authentic self yet. So I struggled hard, especially during like my middle school years, early high school. I just wasn't having a good time. But things turned around. I learned how to code, got an engineering degree, figured out my ish. And little by little, my world slowly got better and better and better. However, it does come with the caveat of I do have some very good memories from spending time with my friends. Like sledding was huge. I loved sledding every winter. Hanging out, playing video games. Halo 3 came out around that time for me. Maybe a little bit later, but Halo 2 especially. LAN, couch gaming, good stuff. Very fun stuff. So, like many things in life, it was a mixed bag. I'm glad I had the experience. I don't think I would do it again. Now, luckily, I don't really have to. Save me. Let's see you. Especially being in the second year of it. Because the fifth graders are actually starting to seventh graders. Gulag officers. This is a wild thing too. As you grow up, the illusion of what people admit themselves to be sort of falls to the wayside the older you get, and you kind of see people as they are instead of, I don't know, what we all collectively tell each other we are. It's difficult to describe, but as you get older, you kind of realize no one really knows what's going on, and it actually makes the world, in some places, comforting because you're in the same boat as everyone else. In some places, really terrifying because you realize the sort of caliber of person that's running the world. But yeah, I definitely had bullies who were older than me, making my life hell. Because they you know, I struggled for a long time to stand up for myself. And standing up for yourself doesn't even have to be the kung fu, I can fight anyone in this room sort of thing. It can just be having the cojones to tell the truth. And it's a weird thing. But essentially, if you can... I really don't want to armchair quarterback your life, because I've had some instances of offering advice and just catastrophically blowing up people's lives. Which, you know, it always comes back together anyway, and people like having someone to blame when things fall apart. So I try not to offer advice to people anymore, but as you grow, you'll learn how much power words have, and how if you can make someone laugh, you kind of, no matter what, they will root for you in some ways. 8th graders are kind of chill. Yeah, usually when you have a higher degree of separation from people, and the less you're kind of fighting over common resources, the easier it is to get along. I definitely had I had a lot of older cousins as well. They introduced me to a bunch of cool cultural things. I don't really know what we were getting right here. Get out of here, Spee. Spee! But there's a lot of power to be found in separating yourself from, it's tough to describe, but like the script. For me, I followed the script of persona non grata for way too long. Like, oh, I'm the odd one out, I'll never have friends, I'll never, you know, gel with community, I'll never truly be allowed to be my honest, authentic self and be accepted. I'm approaching my third decade of life. I'm finishing my third decade of life here. Yeah. And I'm finally realizing that me being honest and alone is better than pretending to be something I'm not, and having a community that I'm essentially being a liar to be a part of. And then in a weird way, in being able to like accept being alone and being honest, I found people who accept me for me. And I survive and thrive in that community. It sounds terrible. Yeah. Height's a buff. Height's a pretty crazy buff that you can have in life. That makes a lot of things easier. Being not kind of gargoyle-y ugly is a huge buff as well. It's opened a lot of doors for me that I don't know if I've deserved to have open. But there's absolute just biological hacks in life that makes things easier. But don't be upset with what you don't have. You're not gonna have it, so you gotta learn how to cope anyway. And then on top of that, you realize that it's only like a starter buff to get your foot through the door. Past that point, you really need to deliver proof in the pudding. Just some thoughts. Focus proportioned.
We have secured the control point.
Alright, we'll finish this map and then we'll get back to programming. Yeah, let's play Wolf Totem. Let's try it out.
Alert. Our control point is being captured.
Shot it. That's better. If you have any song recommends, feel free to leave them in chat. Like I said, we're gonna finish up this map. And then we're going to peeking a lot. See you. Ow! I hate the screen shake. Does this thing kill the screen shake? No flinching. There we go. No flinching. You flinched. You have to marry your mother. That's true. You flinched. You have to marry your mom. It's the rules. It's the rules. Gonna have an aneurysm. These freaking Sunday snipers. I'd like to thank Odie for the song recommends here. Yeah, my name's garbage today. Nice. Yeah, one hit. Defended the point against the crits. I'm pretty happy about that. I think you can cap it the crits. It's not being bullied. I might be wrong about that. Come on. Come on, peek. There we go. I would have ran off that hill. Look at that guy. Remodel a grocery store. I don't like those quotes. They sound ominous, Odie. Like, have fun, but remodel responsibly. What? Fuck. Stop flinching. We take those. So this is what being sniped feels like. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So after this, we're gonna model one player mat for my players in HTML and CSS. Got me. I think I got. Alright, this is gonna be juggling around for a while. I'm kinda getting bored of this. Let's jump back into coding. I'll hide that. I do owe 5 pull-ups. I think we'll get to that next. Let's do those now. First things first, gotta release my lower back. One, two, three, 4, 5. Huzzah! Alright. Push-up debt has been settled. Back in it. Scoot that over. Cool. Always. I'm gonna pop up GIMP here. Just counting those numbers with backwards. Hell yeah, brother. Alright. This is GIMP. It's like Photoshop, but free and made for Linux. And yet here we are. Make a new... Yeah, sure, why not? This is what we're trying to do. I'm gonna pop up the overhead, which the camera's dead. 1 sec. There we are. That's what we're trying to make. Like I said, Odie, sound a little ominous. I don't know if I appreciate that. This is the thing that we're trying to recreate. This is the player mat for my board game. Pop that in the left-hand corner. So I need this section here. We're gonna flood that. That's one. We have the top, which is our factories. Flood that. Batteries. PR. Carbon footprint. And that's all we're going to worry for now. We're going to worry about the contracts at a later point in time. Let's add the text here. Carbon. I want you to be that. Carbon. Footprint. Factories. Batteries. Public relations. And we have our carbon reserve. What are you seeing? If I talk about this in terms of HTML, what are we looking at here? I see one big div. It's the whole player mat. We have, and if we break this down into a series of flex boxes, we have 2 columns side by side, one that's 3/4 of the size. I'll write that down. Call 1, call 2. And call 1 is, we'll say that's 1/4 of the size. Call 2, we'll say, is 3/4 of that same size. We have 3 rows. One-third of the size each. And then within this separate bit here, we have another 2 columns. And that's like a 3/5, 2/5 split. So, one big div, and we'll start writing this out. We'll call this is technically our player class, and we're gonna have our components. I think it's JSX. Hello. Yep. What are you doing? Good.
Can you see me?
No, you're just off screen. How's your day?
Good. What are you doing?
Working on the last year Carbon Digital Edition. Oh, so? Yes, you do.
That's great. Do you get fed?
Sounds good. Just doing this to kind of better visualize everything that we're doing here. So we're gonna essentially have 1 flex box, 2 flex boxes, 3 flex boxes. Let's see what this would put. No. Look at that sweet boy. Look at that sweet boy. Miserable. Heavy. He's putting all his weight on my shoulder.
No, it's not.
Yes, he is.
Just put a lot of my arms. He's so cute and cuddly.
He's a cute boy.
He's a cute boy. You want some food? Oh, the big baby. He's a big baby. He looks so unhappy.
Mm-hmm. Calm down.
I'm having fun. Okay, he's too heavy. Down he goes. Okay. Oh. Alright. Let's get you some food.
Alright. So, back to work. Yeah, please share it, man. See what you got. So, I need to make a component here. I'm gonna call this the player mat. Typically capitalized. And if y'all know anything about functions, kind of look like one of these guys. And I want to return an HTML block. Return has to have some sort of expression. We're going to have a div here. Last thing's going to be player mat itself. We're going to call this div the carbon footprint split. We can rename these later, but I'm just doing this for my own sanity. So this will be a flex box with two parts. We're gonna have a div. Or I guess we would just call this a call. Carbon footprint infra structure split calls. And we're gonna have a class name here, which is our carbon footprint. And then we're going to have another class here, which is going to be our infrastructure. And that's going to have, if we refer back to this, it's going to have factories, batteries. And another one of these. And then one last split, which is div the class name PR CR split call. Infrastructure rows CR split call. And this will have our div, our class name equal to PR. And then we'll have one more div. That is class name carbon reserve. And then we import this. Player mat. And this is loaded so. Now this should be a whole lot of nothing because these divs don't contain any information. That's fine. But we say the player mat div here, and we're going to pull the CSS, a new folder, style. I'm going to call this new file player mat CSS. Let's match that. The player mat itself, the div. Let's verify that we're doing that. Yep. Dot player mat will have a height, which is going to be, as we said before, 20% of the viewing height. The width is going to be 100% of the parent element. What percent is it? 20 of each. Let's just make sure that that's showing up here. First one's usually yellow. Cool. So now we're rendering this player mat, allegedly. Player mat. And because it has 0 content within it, it's not going to show up. Where are you showing up on? Player mat. Let's just write test here. Say 20%. Would be cool if this was yellow. Player mat. Background color. You should have a background color here. Yeah. Why aren't you doing that? Last name player mat. Because I didn't, see that right there? I was wondering why it wasn't working, and the reason was because I hadn't imported and I want to import the style, which looks like this. So this would be dot slash dot dot slash to get back to style forward slash player mat. There we go. So the text is wrong. I'm gonna make the text color color should be black. And this way, we can actually read the text. Nice. So this needs to get split, and we can actually put these left and right for now. So the carbon footprint infra sprint color needs to display a display should be flex. I know there's a shorthand. Flex direction should be column. We can just start putting some text in here, just so we can see it all. These are all placeholders. But I did say that this, so child sizes, save it, bring it back. So right now, carbon footprint should be on the left side here, and this all should be on the right. Yeah, that's better. So I guess I was wrong. Right. Because in a row, these two things are in a row, and they're two separate columns. Now the question is, can I set the width of one of these to 20%? And can I set the other one to 80? What does that look like? Okay. Carbon footprint. And the yellow other stuff here. Nice. Our infrastructure bros, which will also be a display flex direction. This one will be column, and then finally we have PR split. Just get rid of these rows and columns things. This should be. I didn't say. Really. So we're close. Does it justify content? Justify content. There we go. Cool. also, see this cross-axis align items. I need to align my items as well with space around. That works for all of them. Yeah. I really need it for the top level of this. The factory's batteries, which is infrastructure. Ideally. I think 100% is 100% of the page. See, I would love this div here. So line items doesn't matter. Width matters, display flex. Oop. Line items doesn't want to talk. Which is interesting. Space around is only adjustable content. Line items. There we go. Normal stretch. Let's press center. Let's see if that does it. I want the concept of do it. I hate how every language just comments differently. It's so frustrating. That's alright. So you go to factories, you go to batteries. And factories labeled. I now need 6. Welcome back, Odie. Hope dinner was tasty. I'm gonna be getting some nosh pretty soon myself. I can use React icons. Yeah. This way I can get just a bunch of circles. I just want an empty circle. There we go. So, we're going to be installing a package here. I'm going to get 6 of these. I want npm I react icons. Now, do we need to specify that FA package? See, can't resolve, so I'm now importing that package. Start, bust that back down. think it just acts like regular. Yeah. Cool. So within the factory's div, technically this should be busted out into two separate things, but we're just call this some circles. And we'll take 6 of these. Now this, I believe, now needs to be a display flex. Flex direction will be row. Save that. We can start moving this back over so I can see these things in real time. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. What if I just write factories here? What happens? Nice. Now I need a square as well. Let's go back to React icons. So if a reg square. Same thing. Just like this. Factories done. Batteries, interesting. This is a little gross how it's there and there. I don't know why the width is different there. I guess setting it to a... There we go. Alright. Carbon footprint, PR, and carbon reserve. We'll just pop 2 squares here as well. Now the thing is, you can use something called props next, which are sending parameters. So I can essentially have 4 of these player mats. So I need 4. 1 per player. 3 or 4. Do you know it exists? That's cooler than it was. Technically I need to take each div. I'll write that down. Take each div, break out into a label, and then the functional parts. Turn layer component into player IDs used to set color and text color. Background color and text color. Yeah, these player 1, 2, 3, 4 advanced buttons, these are going to be replaced with a end turn button, and that'll be existent on each of the player mats. It'll be the player label here. Cool. So here, this player mat, we need to pass a button in here. This button needs to be a part of the whole player mat. Schmiggity schmag. Yeah, so I'm going to have a function end turn. The advanced timeline. And when I click end turn, that needs to pass up. So a big thing when it comes to React components is the control flow and how actions float upward. Information has to find its way all the way down to your component, and your component has to send triggers back up the tree to the parent elements. And sometimes it's very easy, where it's a very simple nuclear parent-child, but sometimes it expands very far down, and the parent's way up here, and the child is way down here. In order to communicate with each other, you need a different hook. I forget that. I use ref. Some other communication protocol. What did I use over here? It's on my app.js. Contexts, yes. Use context. Very helpful. So this will do nothing right now because it's linked to this function here. And it needs to alert the game state up the stream. How does this work here? Here, we're triggering this function up here with an target value. So technically, I can pass this function in to my player via, we'll say, advanced timeline is equal to our advanced timeline thing. Our player ID is going to be equal to 0. And these are our props that if we then go into the JSX element here, our functional component, we have our player ID. And we gotta put brackets around these. And we have our advanced timeline function. I'm going to call advanced timeline with my player ID. When I go to end turn. So I'm passing in my player ID here. And here, this event just becomes a value. Now I don't think I need to parse an int here. Player ID. Where's player ID already been declared? Ah. actually need to do this anymore because if it's as a integer prop, I have it here. That should be it, realistically. There we go. Cool. Now, this is a very cool thing. And this is the whole reason why we do this. Instead of having those buttons, I now have a player mat component. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. One player's 3, then we show the fourth one. And we have it now. And I need this. Instead of showing player 1 advance, this is going to be player, our player ID, +1. Because remember, we're 0th indexed. Player. Once again, player ID +1. Player 1, player 2, player 3, player 4. And then I can dynamically pass in a background color here so that these don't get wonky. Because I'd rather have a ideally, this would be mapped to some sort of const thing. Actually, I think that's probably the best idea. I more or less want to say map here, depending on player ID, return string of player color and text color. And we'll say and that'll be yellow, green, red, blue, and I want to have the background color I don't know if this is gonna work. Color. Nope. Style. There we go. That's what we want. Double check. There we go. Look at that. Disgusting. I wonder if I can get a muddier yellow so that I don't have to change the text of all these. Well, if you could cull it down a little bit, Odie, I'd be happy to play it. But look at this. Which player's turn is it? Who knows? But we go player 2, player 3, player 4's turn, player 5's turn, which means it's time for the next one. And that all works. Sick. And this shouldn't be, this should just say player 1 and turn. Nice. Well, that looks very, it looks like a backend developer made a front-end component, but function over form is what I'm about. These should be divs with labels that should show stuff. Monthly spread. to fall. Cool. Well, Odie, if that thing uploads, I'll play it, but otherwise I think I'm gonna tap out pretty soon. Nice. Alright, I don't do dares, buddy. I work with pleases and thank yous. I'm not gonna be that led by a leash, dance monkey dance sort of thing. If you request, I will grant. But dares, goads, you musts, you shoulds. There we go. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. Whoobam. Whoobam. Oh my god. Jeez. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, I would say that's remodeled. You know, when it comes to flipping real estate, sometimes it's better just to mow the whole thing down. Oh, that's funny. Sometimes it's better just to get the plot of land's worth more than anything that can be built upon it. Very funny, Odie. Very funny. All right, we made some progress. I have made a outline, a placeholder for the player mats. This is a little gross. We'll have to work on that. We actually could do is make this a bit more of a bearable piece of text with just some breaks. Let's see how that looks. Much better. Much, much better. You know, web development is my passion. Done. Look at that. Much better. Have fun remodeling the bank, Odie. I'm going to tap out. It's been fun streaming. Thanks for stopping by. Best of luck. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Have a good one. Deuces.